Chapter 18. And after these things I saw another angel coming down out of heaven, having great authority, and the earth was lighted up from his glory. And he cried in a strong, great voice, saying, Babylon the Great has fallen. It has fallen, and it has become a dwelling place of demons, and a prison of every unclean spirit, and a prison of every unclean bird, even having been hated because of the wine of the anger of her fornication, which all the nations have drunk. Even the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth became rich from the power of her luxury. And I heard another voice out of heaven saying, My people, come out of her, that you may not share in her sins, and that you may not receive of her plagues, because her sins joined together, even up to heaven, and God remembered her unjust deeds. Give back to her as also she gave back to you, and double to her double, according to her works. In the cup which she mixed, mix to her double. By what things she glorified herself and luxuriated, by so much give back to her torment and mourning. Because she says in her heart, I sit as a queen, and I am not a widow, and I do not see mourning at all. Because of this, in one day her plagues shall come, death and mourning and famine, and she will be consumed with fire, for the Lord God, judging her, is strong. And the kings of the earth will weep for her, and will wail over her, those having fornicated and having luxuriated with her, when they see the smoke of her burning, standing from afar, because of the fear of her torment, saying, Woe, woe to the great city, Babylon, the strong city, for in 1 hour your judgment came. And the merchants of the earth weep and mourn over her, because no one buys their cargo any more, cargo of gold and silver, and of precious stone, and of pearls, and of fine linen, and of purple, and of silk, and of scarlet, and all fine wood, and every ivory vessel, and every vessel of very precious wood, and of bronze, and of iron, and of marble, and cinnamon, and incenses, and ointment, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine meal, and wheat, and beasts, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and of bodies, and souls of men. And the ripe fruits of the lust of your soul went away from you, and all the fat things, and the bright things went away from you, and you will find them no more, not at all. The merchants of these things, the ones being enriched from her, will stand from afar, because of the fear of her torment, weeping and mourning, and saying, Woe, woe to the great city, having been clothed in linen, and purple, and scarlet, and having been gilded with gold, and precious stone, and pearls. For in 1 hour such great wealth was desolated, and every ship pilot, and all company on the ships, and sailors, and as many as worked the sea, stood from afar, and cried out, seeing the smoke of her burning, saying, What is like the great city? And they threw dust on their heads, and cried out, weeping and mourning, saying, Woe, woe to the great city, by which all those having ships in the sea were rich from her costliness, because in 1 hour she was ruined. Rejoice over her, heaven, and the holy apostles, and the prophets, because God judged your judgment on her. And one strong angel lifted a stone like a great millstone, and threw it into the sea, saying, This way, on an impulse, Babylon the great city will be thrown down, and it will never more still be found. And the sound of harpers, and of musicians, and flutists, and of trumpeters will never be heard in you longer, and every craftsman of every craft will never be found in you still. And the sound of a mill will never be heard in you still. And the light of a lamp will never more shine in you. And the voice of the bridegroom and bride will never more be heard in you. For your merchants were the great ones of the earth, for by your sorcery all the nations were led astray. And in her was found the blood of prophets, and of saints, and of all the ones having been slain on the earth.